But yeah, Arcane 2, I enjoyed a lot. Uh, but as a whole, like Act 1, so episode 1, 2, and 3, phenomenal. I do think episode 1, intense, very intense, and shows like the theme they're going for in the season. Just like expect very, I don't want to say gruesome, but like very violent conflict. And we definitely have, or like showing the power that the Kim Barons have, because like even with Mbessa allowing the Kim Barons to come in, they still have like the Shimmer people in those tanks. I can't remember the name of those people, and they are like they're soldiers. They legit just drop in, kill people, and everything like that. But the thought comes into mind is how they got a ship. And I was like, oh, Mbessa, obviously. That was like my first time. I was like, there's no way they have a ship. Like, it makes no sense to me that Zonites or people underground will be building an airship. Makes no sense to me. So I was like, somebody gave it to them. Someone's supporting them. The only person I can think of is Mbessa. But like the way things are going, I do think it was paced quickly for Caitlyn and Vai's relationship. And I say relationship as in like, after they kiss, it goes downhill real quickly. It goes downhill real quickly.
I didn't. It's the same, and I feel like it's like the same cliche kind of like sisters, enemies. She's family, so she's still trying to protect, even though she's like playing. Oh no, she's not. And then the love, and then the freaking person in the middle is Caitlyn. We've seen that type of story somewhere.
But yeah, but like Caitlyn. Like, I do understand what you're talking about. The like, oh, my sister is like important to me, but we're like family, but like we can't be on same speaking terms anymore, so we separate. But I still love my sister, and they're still family. Blah blah blah. And then you have the partner in the middle, but the partner is the conflict point, because like Caitlyn obviously not more than hates Jinx, literally hates everything that Jinx represents, which is more, it's like grieving with the passing of a mother, mourning, and having no way to express that guilt has just turned it into complete hatred for Jinx. And this hatred has now turned into hatred for everything that spawned, I don't want to say spawned, but like is a representation of Jinx. So like when Vi is trying to stop her from shooting the kid, Caitlyn's like, I won't miss. But like, we never got to the she never said, I won't hit the kid. She just said, I won't miss. So it's not like the kid was in the way. She just didn't think of him as an obstacle. So it's like,
she was willing to take. She was willing to take the chance no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, I won't miss this time, because she will take the shot no matter what. She is going to kill Jinx no matter what obstacle is in her way. And that's what the conflict is between Vi.
I want to mention one critique that I had, and I don't know. It was like, I was hoping, I was like, I'm going to try to let it slide. I don't know. Maybe I don't know enough. But Vi and Caitlyn being a thing?
Yes.
Why
they've been a thing.
Oh, yeah?
We already know Vi is an enforcer in her, like, from the get-go. And Caitlyn is the sheriff for Piltover. So we already knew they were on the same team.
Yeah.
So
I know they were a team.
Well,
you didn't know that they're on the same team.
Well, I mean, them dating, or I don't want to say dating, them being together is new. However, we already knew that they were teammates / partners / like on the same side in League before Arcane.
Yeah.
So it isn't, and Vi is that type that I can see, even if she doesn't get with Caitlyn. I'm like, Vi gives off
that vibes.
Yeah,
she
Vi
gives off the butch vibe.
Yeah, Vi gives off like, I can see her like at most or at minimum being bi, just like swinging both ways. So I'm just like, I can see that. So it like the Caitlyn Vi thing does not surprise me at all, especially with how they were getting close to each other and the entire time of season
So
one.
that's why I was like, please, Riot, don't go down this road, please.
I mean, I don't
I don't
mind.
want them including
don't
woke
mind it.
nonsense into it. Like,
I don't mind it. I actually thought it was a natural progression, especially with how
Yeah.
close
I actually don't think
they
it was an
were.
issue.
I think they should have just left it as like them being like best. I don't think it had to.
No,
go.
but that's a different. It brings a different.
It brings a
Yeah.
different connotation because being best friends and having a conflict and being lovers and having a conflict is two different. Not only is it two
Yeah.
different types of conflicts, but they're two different motivations. When you don't want your best friend to like, here's the same context. The differences or the connotation is different. I don't want my best friend to kill my sister, or I don't want my lover to kill my sister. Are two different sentences with two different vibes. Because my best friend killing my sister may be like a protective thing or things like that. My lover killing my sister is a betrayal of trust.
I just
Your
have a-
mindset is like anything that deals with woke has to be a woke. thing.
No. I just concerned that they're gonna get put into that woke category, which can be very damaging if people feel that way. I
But
know you think it's not, Mike, but there's a lot of games not succeeding right now, even if there's a hint of it, because people are so like dramatic right now.
I was
about
going to
woke
say-
or anti-woke. That was the only concern. That's why I said a critique is like, please don't go down that road, Riot, because it could turn bad real quick for you if you do try to push that. I was like, just stay away from that modern audience bullshit, because that is not going to help.
I was going to say you should have made this complaint in season 1. Because we already passed about like they were already lovely touching each other in season 1.
Yeah,
So-
I know.
So the if anything, like people already complained in season 1 about it, they're not going to complain about it again in season 2 because they already complained about it.
No, they might get more.
I and also this isn't a video game. It is
Yeah.
not something that is hamstrung. They're not telling me that they're gay or lesbians. They're not saying it out loud. A kiss is enough. A kiss just tells you, all right, they're together. They could be lesbians. They also could both be bi. You don't know. One of them could be pan. We don't know sexual preferences. They're not telling us because they don't need to. This is one of those things. Is like my problem with video games is that it's ham-fisted in my face with subtitles. All right, I don't need all that. Just give me like, oh, these are two characters that are in love and they kissed. Woo. There we go. There's no need to tell me they're both lesbians. There's no need to tell me that they're having a hard time accepting loving another woman. All right. I don't need this social pressure.
And I'm with you guys because it gives a whole different dynamic with her being a lover, and then Vi's kind of like struggling with, that being her sister still in there. Or
Yeah, because like the conflicts
that
are
she
still
is-
the same. Like it doesn't matter
Correct.
gender. Conflicts are
Correct.
still the same.
I was just like, please, just if it leaves it at that, fine, whatever. But please don't push any more boundaries because it's never good. It seems like when it comes to that stuff.
I did that, and that's why I said I was more upset. I was like, I'm not upset about them getting together. I'm upset how quickly it fell apart. But I could see why, because like they're only doing 9 episodes. They can't really like milk the honeymoon experience. As I'm saying, like they got together, they can't have good times together because even though they got together, they're still in the middle of a conflict of
There's a war.
yeah,
War going on.
not only a war, but they're still in the middle of an internal conflicts with Caitlyn dealing with the grief of her mother and Vi basically mourning over Powder because she's believing that Powder is dead and Jinx is what replaced her. So they're both still in the middle of a conflict, even though they got together. So I was like, I understand why they broke apart. I just wished it was a little bit longer and not immediate. Now that this all happens in episode 2, I think, because in episode 1 was the attack on the memorial,
I
which
thought it was 3.
in 3 they broke up. That's why I'm like, I'm trying to remember. Episode 2 is the backstory. Oh yeah, it might be episode 2 because the episode 2 is the backstory of Jinx, and we get to see Jinx badass nature in that point, and we get to see what Jinx is and why people love her in game. Because like it's this I'm fighting the world and I don't need anyone. We see in the intro that Jinx is dealing with, like, you know, losing every role model, and in her mind, she's like, I'm the reason why they're the way they are. It's like, I killed Silco, I've turned Vi against me, and I killed Vander. It's like all my role models are being punished just by being next to me. And that's why she's taking the moniker Jinx and everything like that. But now that she's doing that, she's like, I'm going to be a lone rider, lone thing. I'm going to do my own shit. And because she's the way she is, she's dangerous at all points in time.
Yeah. No, she's... I liked how they showed that struggle, too, when they were, like, gassing out. She was...
What happened?
When they were gassing out where she was at, I liked how they displayed that inner struggle she had too, because she had that shot on Vi, and she could have pulled the trigger, but she didn't. And like when she got out of there, like you could just tell mentally it was tearing her up. You know what I mean?
I do think she's gone through that motion a little bit faster than Vi did, because but I do think the difference between deciding to kill your sister and deciding to kill the sister that is trying to kill you are two different, like, things. Because, like, at one point it feels like, or from Jinx's point of view, it looks like self-defense. But from Vi's point of view, it's murder. But she feels, I don't want to say vindicated, but definitely justified killing Jinx only because, like, Jinx just literally attacked the counselors. Of which Mel was alive. That surprises me. I was like, Mel is the only one I thought for sure was going to die, as she is the person we saw the rocket hit.
Nah, she took that shit. She ate it.
Yeah, she ate it. Jace is fine. Like 3 people died, and technically Victor, but Victor is saved by the Hex Core, which I have no idea what's going on there. Like, this is new. Like, new. Like, I was like, what is this going on? Is a white substance? It looks like Demascite or the things from Demacia, but that can't be the case. It could be some kind of... Like, I do think they still keep the same motif that Victor has in game, which is the Glorious Revolution. But the question becomes down to, what is a revolution now? Because it looks like no longer metal. Even though, like, I saw some screws and some plates get pulled when he was healing that guy at the end, where Victor was healing the guy. But, like,
I do like that arc, or that I'm looking forward to that.
The Victor arc, the Jesus arc.
Yeah.
The Jesus arc.
It's it's so religious. It looks like he's a messiah. Like, literally, man's coming in with a cloak and a shepherd's cane, healing leopards. This man is fucking Jesus, okay? I believe there's going to be a book written for him by his 12 disciples, okay?
But, nah, man, I think all of it was so well done. I was hooked from the first episode. Like, it just, like... We were talking about it earlier. Like, I don't know how you felt, Mike, but like, man, like as soon as the episode started, it just felt intense and like gripped you in like right away. Like you were pulled right back into like the Arcane world. And every episode just like, it felt like more and more intense. Episode 2, like you said, I think episode 2 you said was probably the best one.
It's my favorite.
Overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like 3 is like, left us on a spot. Like I'm like, oh man, like
that ending. That's what I was saying. I was like, season 2 is probably the best episode out of the act, but episode 3 ending was the best because, like, yes, it's a cliffhanger. They always are cliffhangers, but it also gives that notion. It was like instead of like I want this to be resolved, it's more like I want to see how this gets resolved because like. Caitlyn is basically the head of a Nazi regime at this point. Like, literally, they've taken this Noxian approach and this Noxian anthem with, like, the thing like that. And then they have their hate in their heart and declaring basically martial law on the city below them. And like the Ken Barons, even though they're fighting against each other, they're not weak. It is very evident that they are strong. Like maybe we saw like the Smeech, the animal cybernetic cyborg guy get wrecked by Savika, but let's not talk about that. This man is like all cybernetics, and they have 3 gangs. So like my question is, and this is like more of a prediction, do you think the Jinx Savika combo makes their own gang and replaces Smeech? Because Smeech is now dead, so they don't have, like, when Cam Baron is gone, what does like Jinx do? Jinx is like, watch the world burn down. What's the best way to do that? Make a gang. Just make a group of posse and just be the leader. Be a rebel leader at that point.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they introduce any other characters in, because am I wrong? Did it seem like the one on Caitlyn's side with the shield, was that Braum?
No, it's not Braum.
That's not supposed to be Braum?
No.
That was my first thought, by the way.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Braun.
But I haven't heard an accent. I don't remember hearing an accent from him.
I don't.
So.
He didn't have an accent. Braum definitely would not be drinking.
I mean,
and also Braum is also Freyordian. Okay. So he shouldn't even be in Piltover. He shouldn't even.
All right. I was just curious.
Throughout the show, I just kept thinking, "Okay, who's that in the league? Who's that?"
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
trying to think out. Like,
I mean, if it is Braum before he gets the shield, that this would be crazy foreshadowing. But
oh, he had a shield, military shield. Like,
well, I mean, yeah, cop shield. I think he facilitates the role of a riot shield. Like, like there are people in squads that have shields. It's not like shields are like uncommon. No, so
I just figured it was maybe like a little shout out to Braum.
We did get the like. What was your favorite Easter egg? I know Mike pointed out the Teemo helmets.
I didn't think about it until Mike said it, and when I thought about the helmet, I'm like,
really? I was like, that's Teemo.
That was the first thing I noticed. I loved the LeBlanc references, all the Black Rose.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking Morgana and like Morgana or like.
I thought Vladimir. Yeah, that's who I was thinking.
Well, Vladimir is Hemocytes, so that's his house. It's like they're all blood magic and everything like that. But LeBlanc is the leader of the Order of the Black Rose. Like that's her lore. So, and some context, and probably spoilers at this point, for future Arcane episodes. The Order of the Black Rose is one of the 3 great houses of Noxus. So they're the 3 great houses, leader of Darius, Swain, and LeBlanc, which it's not really LeBlanc, it's another like head, but she puppeteers them. So it is quite obvious that LeBlanc has some influence in Arcane, but we don't know what's the extent, because we've seen Mel get abducted, and we don't know if Ambessa knows this or if it is going to be used against Ambessa.
That's what I'm curious about too. I feel like it's going to be used against Ambessa.
I don't know.
Like something there is going to.
I do think. And this is a kind of me paraphrasing. So there's a YouTuber called Necrit that makes lore videos for League. Very, very well known YouTuber for League lore. He brought up that the leader of Guile may become, or excuse me, the head of the houses for Noxus, one of the 3 houses that is getting puppeteered by LeBlanc, will be replaced by Ambessa and be puppeteered by LeBlanc still. It could be a ploy where LeBlanc tries to blackmail Ambessa to become a leader and for her to do her bidding, to do LeBlanc's bidding. Because Ambessa is a powerful monarch, but she definitely crossed someone, and it looks like LeBlanc, and LeBlanc, or the Black Rose, definitely killed Mel's brother. So, if we're connecting dots, Mel's brother did something, And I'm like, the only thing I could think of that's crossing LeBlanc is either he was the leader of the previous or of the big houses, and he didn't do or betrayed LeBlanc and got murked, or he was supposed to kill or assassinate or do something with an order from LeBlanc and failed his mission and died.
Guess we'll find out, man.
Act 2 is gonna be crazy.
I know. I'm like, shit, there's still gonna be a third act. Like, I wonder how the next act again. And then when it finally comes to an end, I don't know, though. I'm excited, though. After seeing the first 3 episodes, I feel like, oh, this is gonna be epic.
Yes. All right. Does anyone have any final questions, concerns, anything they want to bring up?
No.
Good.
I'm just looking forward to the next week, man.
I got you. Alrighty. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, gamers, until the end. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on the second season of Arcane. And what was your favorite part? And why is it something in episode 2? Because episode 2 was so good. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Later.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Part-Time Gamers podcast. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And follow us on our other social platforms on TikTok, Instagram, and Discord. Links for those will be provided in the description. Thank you again. We will see you on the next episode of the podcast. And make sure you make some time for video games. Peace.